Chosen one, pause right here. Do not rush past this moment like every other message you scroll through. This is not content. This is not coincidence. This is a divine interruption wrapped in sound and timing and breath. You were not led here by algorithms. You were drawn here by the Spirit of God because something has shifted in the unseen and heaven has stepped into your battle. Slow your mind. Release the tension in your shoulders. Let your breathing settle. Because what you are about to hear is not for entertainment. It is for activation. Chosen one, an intervention has already taken place. While you were praying quietly, while you were crying when no one saw, while you were trying to hold yourself together in seasons that nearly broke you, heaven was moving. You thought you were fighting alone. You thought the delays meant defeat. You thought the losses meant God had forgotten you. But behind the scenes, an archangel was dispatched into the battlefield of your life, not to observe, not to negotiate, but to intervene. There are battles you were never meant to win with your own strength. There were forces resisting your breakthrough that prayer alone triggered, but angelic power had to enforce. And right now, chosen one, those forces are being driven back. The ones that touched what wasn't theirs, the ones that drained your peace, the ones that delayed your harvest, the ones that interfered with relationships, finances, health, clarity, and momentum. They are losing ground as you listen to this. You have felt it lately. A strange pressure lifting, a heaviness breaking, a sudden clarity returning, a fire coming back into your spirit after seasons of exhaustion. That is not emotional. That is not random motivation. That is the atmosphere shifting because heaven stepped in. Chosen one, what was stolen from you was never meant to be permanent. The enemy thought he could take seasons and replace them with struggle. He thought he could exchange your joy for survival mode. He thought he could wear you down until you settled for less than God promised. But intervention means the battle has reached its turning point. Right now, in the spirit, exposure is happening. Things that were hidden are being revealed. Attacks you couldn't see are being dismantled. Delays that weren't natural are being removed. The spiritual thieves that operated quietly in the background are being confronted by heavenly authority. And here is the part that should shake your faith awake. When heaven intervenes, it doesn't just stop the loss, it restores what was taken and strips the enemy of the power he used against you. Chosen one, the enemy is not just retreating, he is being emptied. What he stole in time is coming back in acceleration. What he stole in peace is coming back in stability. What he stole in finances is coming back in overflow. What he stole in confidence is coming back in authority. You are not returning to where you were. You are being launched beyond it. This season may have felt like you were barely surviving, but heaven was preparing restitution. And restitution never comes small, it comes multiplied. Chosen one, you are about to see sudden shifts that make people wonder how things turned around so fast. You are about to experience doors opening that were sealed for years. You are about to receive clarity that removes confusion in moments. You are about to walk into blessings that don't make logical sense. Not because you were lucky, not because people helped you, but because heaven intervened. And listen closely. Some of the battles you've been fighting weren't even about you. They were about stopping what God placed inside you from manifesting: your purpose, your influence, your destiny, your impact. The enemy didn't attack you because you were weak. He attacked you because you were dangerous in the spirit. Chosen one, you carry something that disrupts darkness just by existing. You carry light that exposes lies. You carry authority that shifts atmospheres. And the moment you started getting closer to your calling, resistance increased. But resistance always means you are near a breakthrough. Right now, as you hear this, chains are breaking in the unseen. Old cycles are ending. Generational delays are being cut off. The spiritual war over your life is turning in your favor. This is not hype. This is timing. And if your spirit feels stirred, that's confirmation. Before I continue, take a moment and type in the comments, "Intervention has happened." Not because I need engagement, but because when you declare it, you align your faith with what heaven has already done. Chosen one, what comes next is the restoration phase, and it will be greater than what was taken. Chosen one, now that the battle has shifted, heaven is moving you into a season you did not struggle your way into, a season that was enforced by divine authority. And this is important for you to understand, because many people think restoration looks like slowly rebuilding what was broken. But when God steps in fully, restoration comes suddenly, unexpectedly, and in ways that leave no doubt that it was Him. What you lost did not disappear. It was being held in delay. And delay is different from denial. Delay is a tactic the enemy uses when he knows he cannot cancel God's promise, but hopes to exhaust you before it manifests. He tried to wear you down emotionally. He tried to distract you spiritually. He tried to convince you to settle for less than what God showed you. But you stayed. Even when you were tired, you stayed. Even when your faith felt weak, you stayed. Even when nothing made sense, you stayed. And that endurance is now speaking for you in the Spirit. Chosen one, you may not realize it, but every tear you cried became a prayer. Every night you questioned became intercession. Every moment you chose not to quit became warfare. And heaven collected it all. Not one moment was wasted. Not one season was meaningless. Not one delay was permanent. Right now, God is converting your pain into positioning. What tried to break you refined you. What isolated you prepared you. What slowed you down realigned you. You are stepping into a version of yourself that can handle the blessing that is coming. Because here's the truth. If what you prayed for had arrived earlier, it would have crushed you instead of blessed you. The maturity wasn't ready. The discernment wasn't ready. The strength wasn't ready. The wisdom wasn't ready. So God protected you through process. But now you're ready. Chosen one, the same season that drained you is about to pay you back. The same ground where you cried is about to produce fruit. The same area where you struggled is about to become your testimony. You are not just getting back what was taken. You are getting back with growth attached. Peace that doesn't shake easily. Provision that doesn't run dry quickly. Wisdom that guards your future. Confidence that no attack can steal again. And the people who underestimated you during your silent season are about to witness your sudden elevation. But listen, elevation always exposes who was never meant to go with you. Some connections will naturally fall away. Some conversations will stop happening. Some relationships will feel distant. Not because of drama, not because of conflict, but because alignment is shifting. God is separating you from what can't survive where He's taking you. Chosen one, don't chase what leaves. Don't beg what disconnects. Don't grieve what God is removing. Every exit is protection. Every closed door is redirection. Every loss is making room for something better. This new season requires lighter baggage, and you are about to move faster than ever before. You will notice opportunities lining up without force. You will notice favor meeting you unexpectedly. You will notice peace replacing anxiety naturally. You will notice confidence rising quietly. That is what happens when heaven clears resistance. The struggle you normalized is ending. The survival mode you lived in is breaking. The constant pressure you carried is lifting. Chosen one, you are stepping into flow. And flow doesn't mean life becomes perfect. It means God becomes obvious. Before I continue, pause for a moment. Think about what you almost gave up on. Think about what nearly broke your faith. Think about what you prayed about in silence. Now imagine God restoring it in ways you couldn't plan. If your spirit can feel this shift, type "Restoration is here." Chosen one, now that heaven has shifted the atmosphere around you, there is something you must understand clearly. Blessings don't just arrive, they must be stewarded. Breakthrough doesn't just happen, it must be walked into with awareness. Many people pray for doors to open, but when they do, they step through carrying the same fear, doubt, and small thinking that belonged to the old season. And that is how opportunities get sabotaged before they ever fully manifest. God is not only changing what is happening around you, He is upgrading what is happening within you. Because the next level of your life will demand a new mindset, a sharper discernment, and a stronger spiritual posture. Chosen one, the enemy cannot stop what God has released, but he can try to rush you, distract you, or intimidate you into making poor decisions once momentum starts building. That's why you must move slowly, even when things start moving fast. Not in fear, in wisdom. You will notice sudden opportunities. You will notice people reappearing. You will notice new doors opening quickly. And not every open door is meant to be entered. Not every familiar face is meant to be trusted again. Not every opportunity is sent by God. Some are tests. The same discernment that protected you in the wilderness must guide you in abundance. Chosen one, don't let excitement replace prayer. Don't let speed replace peace. Don't let blessing replace obedience. In this season, God will often whisper instead of shout. He will nudge instead of push. He will lead through inner peace instead of outer pressure. And when something is from Him, it will not require you to betray your values, rush your spirit, or compromise your alignment. What is divine flows with clarity. What is counterfeit feels urgent and chaotic. Pay attention to how your spirit responds. You are no longer in survival mode. You are in stewardship mode. And stewardship means you protect what God gives you. Protect your time. Protect your peace. Protect your focus. Protect your energy. Everyone does not deserve access to you anymore. Chosen one, the reason you went through isolation was not just healing, it was training. God taught you to hear Him without noise. He taught you to stand alone without approval. He taught you to trust His voice above your emotions. That training is about to save you from costly mistakes. Because in this new season, distractions will look like blessings. Busy schedules will try to replace prayer time. Success will try to replace dependence on God. Attention will try to replace humility, but stay rooted. The deeper your roots go into God, the higher He can lift you without you falling. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to fear this season. Heaven is guiding every step. You are not walking blind. You are walking covered. Even when you don't fully understand the next move, you will feel peace about waiting or moving. That peace is your compass now. Chosen one, trust the slowing. Trust the pauses. Trust the inner check when something feels off. That is divine protection still working. Your breakthrough is not fragile, it is fortified, but your obedience keeps it flowing. Before I continue, take a moment and ask yourself, what has God been telling you to slow down with? Who has He been warning you about? Where has He been calling you to be more disciplined? If this is speaking to your spirit, type, I will move with wisdom. Chosen one, there is a shift happening that you won't be able to hide much longer. The season where everything happened quietly behind the scenes is ending, and the season where God begins to reveal what He has been building in secret is beginning. You may have felt like nothing was changing for a long time, like prayers were floating into silence, like effort wasn't producing fruit, like delay was your permanent companion. But what you couldn't see was the divine setup. God was not denying you, He was positioning you. Because reversal doesn't arrive gently, it arrives suddenly. One moment things look the same, and the next moment everything changes. Chosen one, the people who doubted you, overlooked you, talked down on you, and quietly assumed you would never rise, are about to witness a transformation they cannot explain. Not because you worked harder than everyone else, not because you forced doors open, but because God stepped in and shifted what human effort never could. This is the season where what was held back begins to overflow, where what was delayed begins to accelerate, where what was stolen begins to return multiplied. You are about to see favor replace frustration, momentum replace stagnation, clarity replace confusion. And it will feel almost unreal at first. You'll catch yourself thinking, is this really happening? You'll wonder how things changed so fast. You'll look back at the struggle and barely recognize that version of your life. That's how divine reversal works. Chosen one, God is not just restoring what you lost. He is elevating you beyond where you started. He is turning the pain into purpose, the pressure into promotion, the waiting into wisdom. And here's what makes this season different. You're not chasing blessings anymore. Blessings are locating you. Opportunities will begin to seek you out. Help will arrive without begging. Resources will appear without stress. What once felt heavy will begin to feel aligned. But understand this, reversal isn't just external, it's internal too. Your confidence will rise, your discernment will sharpen, your peace will deepen. You won't react like you used to. You won't tolerate what you used to. You won't doubt yourself like you used to. Because growth has happened. Chosen one, this is why the struggle was intense. This is why the isolation was long. This is why the attacks were relentless. The enemy always panics when a turnaround is close. But they couldn't stop it. And now, heaven is releasing what was prepared. You are stepping into a season where things finally make sense, where prayers connect to answers, where effort connects to results, where faith connects to manifestation. And the most beautiful part? You didn't have to fight everyone who came against you. God handled it. You stayed faithful. You stayed humble. You stayed trusting. And now the shift speaks for itself. Before we move forward, pause and reflect. What area of your life feels like it has been stuck the longest? That's usually where God brings the biggest breakthrough first. If you're ready for what's coming, type "My turnaround is here."
Chosen one, what God is bringing you into now is not just a breakthrough moment, it is a breakthrough lifestyle. And this is where many people rise quickly but fall just as fast, not because the blessing wasn't real, but because they were not prepared to steward what arrived. Elevation without wisdom creates pressure. Increase without alignment creates destruction. That's why God didn't rush this season. He trained you for it. He stripped you in private so you could stand strong in public. He healed you in isolation so you wouldn't bleed on your blessings. Because where you're going requires a new mindset, a new discipline, and a deeper trust in Him than ever before. Chosen one, the same God who opens doors also teaches you how to walk through them without losing balance. This next level of your life will demand consistency where you once survived on desperation. It will require peace where you once lived in panic. It will require obedience where you once relied only on effort. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into divine order. And here's something important you need to understand right now. The enemy doesn't just attack before breakthrough. He attacks after it too. Not to block your blessing, but to make you mishandle it. That's why discernment will become your greatest protection in this new season. Not every opportunity is a sign. Not every open door is God. Not every fast-moving situation is favor. Some things will look good, but drain you. Some people will celebrate your rise, but secretly envy it. Some offers will promise growth, but pull you off your purpose. This is why God has sharpened your spirit. You will feel when something is wrong, even if it sounds right. You will sense when something is rushed, even if it looks successful. You will recognize when peace leaves, even if profit appears. Chosen one, always follow peace. God's blessings never come with inner chaos. Another key to keeping what God is releasing is gratitude. Gratitude keeps you grounded. Gratitude keeps pride away. Gratitude keeps your heart soft when life starts getting easier. When you thank God daily, not only for what He's done, but for what He's doing, you remain aligned with the source of your increase. Never let success make you forget who carried you through the struggle. Never let abundance silence your prayer life. Never let comfort replace your dependence on God. This new season isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about honoring God with what He has entrusted to you. And chosen one, you must also protect your environment. Elevation changes access. Not everyone who walked with you in survival can walk with you in overflow. Some people will misunderstand your growth. Some will feel left behind. Some will try to pull you back into old patterns. This isn't because they're evil. It's because change reveals who is meant for each season. You are allowed to outgrow spaces. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to choose peace over familiarity. Where God is taking you requires clarity, not chaos. And finally, stay obedient in small things. Breakthrough doesn't cancel discipline, it increases responsibility. When God nudges you to pray, pray. When He tells you to rest, rest. When He tells you to give, give. When He tells you to move, move. Obedience keeps the flow open. Disobedience creates unnecessary resistance. Chosen one, this isn't a moment. This is a divine upgrade. Your life is shifting into stability. Your blessings are becoming sustainable. Your growth is becoming permanent. You are no longer just surviving spiritual battles. You are reigning in spiritual authority. And the more you walk with God, the stronger the covering over your life becomes. Take a moment and ask yourself, what habits do I need to change to match the level God is bringing me into? Growth always requires alignment. If this is speaking to you, type, I'm ready for my next level. Chosen one, there is something powerful God is doing that many people never realize until they look back and see how every attack somehow pushed them forward instead of breaking them down. What the enemy meant to destroy you quietly became the training ground for your strength. The betrayal taught you discernment. The loss taught you dependence on God. The rejection taught you identity. The delays taught you patience. The warfare taught you authority. None of it was wasted. Not one tear, not one lonely night, not one season where you felt forgotten. God was turning pressure into power the entire time. You thought those battles were trying to end you, but they were actually building you. You thought the enemy was stealing from you, but God was sharpening you. Every hit made you wiser. Every fall made you stronger. Every disappointment made you closer to God. And now you are stepping into a season where all that pain begins to produce purpose, where all that struggle starts paying spiritual dividends. Chosen one, this is how God works. He doesn't just rescue you from storms, He teaches you how to walk on the water. He doesn't just block attacks, He uses them to elevate you. What tried to crush you becomes the platform that lifts you. What tried to silence you becomes your testimony. What tried to delay you becomes divine timing. This is why your comeback will confuse people. They saw the attacks, they saw the setbacks, they saw the losses, but they didn't see the spiritual growth happening behind the scenes. They didn't see God rebuilding your confidence. They didn't see God restoring your vision. They didn't see God strengthening your faith. And suddenly you rise stronger than before, wiser than before, more peaceful than before, more focused than before. That's not luck, that's God. And here's the beautiful truth, chosen one. The enemy overplayed their hand. They pushed you into prayer. They pushed you into alignment. They pushed you into spiritual maturity. They pushed you closer to God than you ever were before. And now you carry authority they can't touch. What once triggered fear now triggers faith. What once caused anxiety now creates confidence. What once overwhelmed you now barely shakes you. You didn't just survive, you transformed. This is why God is about to use your story to heal others.
The very areas where you were attacked will become the areas where you carry the most anointing. The pain you endured will become the wisdom you release. The storms you survived will become the faith you teach. Chosen one, you are not coming out bitter. You are coming out better. You are not coming out broken. You are coming out built. And everything the enemy tried to use against you is now being redirected by God for your elevation. Take a breath and realize how far you've come. The old you couldn't handle what you now carry with peace. That's growth. That's God's hand. That's victory. If you can see how God has turned your battles into strength, type, "My pain had a purpose."
Chosen one, this is the season where everything begins to make sense. Not all at once, not in a loud, dramatic moment, but in quiet confirmations, in sudden peace, in doors opening that used to stay shut, in opportunities that feel effortless instead of forced. This is the season where God shifts you from surviving to thriving, from fighting every day to finally flowing in favor. You are not entering struggle again. You are entering alignment. And alignment feels different. Alignment doesn't drain you. Alignment doesn't confuse you. Alignment doesn't require you to beg, chase, or break yourself to fit. Alignment feels like peace leading you, clarity guiding you, grace carrying you. Things start falling into place without stress. People show up with the right intentions. Resources arrive at the right time. Answers come when you need them. That heaviness you've carried for so long begins to lift. You wake up lighter. You breathe easier. Your mind grows quieter. Your heart feels hopeful again. That's how you know God has shifted the season. Chosen one, you are walking into answered prayers you whispered when you were exhausted. You are stepping into breakthroughs you cried about in silence. You are approaching restoration you thought would never come. And it will not look like struggle. It will look like God's hand. This is the part where you stop doubting if things can change. This is the part where you stop expecting disappointment. This is the part where you finally believe good is allowed to happen to you. Because it is. God is not just fixing what was broken, He is upgrading what was limited. He is not just restoring what was lost, He is multiplying what was stolen. He is not just healing wounds, He is building wisdom, strength, peace, and authority inside you. And as you walk into this new chapter, some people will no longer recognize you. Not because you became cold, not because you became distant, but because you became healed. You will no longer tolerate what you once accepted. You will no longer chase what God removed. You will no longer explain yourself to those who never understood you. Your standards rise, your faith deepens, your discernment sharpens, your confidence strengthens, and your life begins to reflect the peace of someone who knows God is in control. Chosen one, this is your manifestation season, but not the kind built on hustle and stress. This is the kind built on obedience, trust, and divine timing. When you move, God moves. When you rest, God works. When you obey, God accelerates. All you have to do now is stay aligned. Keep praying even when things improve. Keep trusting even when it looks good. Keep walking humbly even when favor increases. Because this level of blessing is sustained by relationship with God, not effort alone. And hear this clearly. You didn't miss your moment. You weren't delayed. You weren't behind. God was preparing you for something bigger than what you originally asked for. What's coming requires maturity. What's coming requires strength. What's coming requires wisdom. And now you have it. Chosen one, your season of struggle is closing. Your season of stability, joy, clarity, and elevation is opening. What once felt heavy will soon feel handled. What once felt impossible will soon feel normal. This is the life God promised you. Not perfect, but peaceful. Not problem-free, but faith-filled. Not without battles, but with guaranteed victory. Take this moment and thank God quietly in your heart for what He's already shifting. And if you're ready to walk boldly into this new season, type, "I receive my breakthrough." Stay close to God. Stay in faith. Stay aligned.
Your best chapter has officially begun. Tori.